Hey, everybody, we are going to talk about SoFi today. Everyone knows that's one of my favorite stocks to talk about. Tyler Crowe is joining me. Believe it or not, Tyler actually suggested this topic. Normally, it's me talking him into doing a SoFi video. So I'm really excited to dive into this catalyst that we think SoFi could have, down the road. Before we do, please take a minute and check out the link you see on your screen, fool.com/Frankel. You can get the top 10 stocks to buy right now from the Motley Fool. It is the best way to support this work we're doing on YouTube. Again, fool.com/Frankel. So let's get right to it. Tyler, what what are we talking about here? What's this catalyst that no one seems to be paying attention to?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I said this is a really interesting catalyst for student loan originators. And so I had about five really obscure companies that I wanted to talk about, but we're like, maybe we should just talk about SoFi instead because they're the one that people might understand the easiest. So what is going on here is that the Trump administration is actually exploring possibilities of selling off parts of of its student loan portfolio that's held at I think it's a Department of Education, somewhere between that and Treasury. They have a $1.6 trillion student loan portfolio that they, service, manage, whatever, and hold on their books. And I, I'm guessing part of it has to do with, I don't know, taking some obligations off of the administration or the government's balance sheet. I don't know. Maybe it's, to get to more into private assets. The reason for doing it is not entirely clear. It's just an idea that has been floated right now. But if it does actually come to that, head, SoFi and companies that service student loans could be huge beneficiaries here, because student loans tend to be, when we talk about kind of the risk reward profile of lending, it tends to be one of the, I would say, more lucrative investments out there, in the sense that student loans tend to have relatively low default rates compared to auto loans, credit cards, things like that, but then also have higher interest rates, something more akin to a home equity line of credit or an auto loan, I guess would be, even though they aren't, they tend to be more secure, and they can't actually be, I think it can't be written off during a personal bankruptcy. So it is a pretty favorable loan option to have. And the reason I think SoFi is one of the ones that could be a big beneficiary here is because not all banks have the ability to service every loan available. You have to have certain technology capabilities to service particular types of loans, whether it be mortgages or HELOCs or auto loans. Student loans is their own little unique beast. And so SoFi, starting out almost exclusively as a student loan refi lender, really has that tech stack pretty well down. And so if the federal government were to unload some of its student loan portfolio, obviously these companies like SoFi are going to be able to kind of take pick of the litter. Like, what are some of the highest rate, best probability, best profitability loans that are available on this portfolio, and take it for their own. We've seen it with other subsidized parts of the market, like insurance, where you have state subsidized insurance that sells off premiums or portfolios to private companies, and they get the pick of the litter. And I think if SoFi is able to do that, that could be a nice business for them in terms of picking up loan portfolio in a place where they have a unique advantage.
Yeah, and I mean, SoFi could not acquire anything close to the $1.6 trillion student loan portfolio. They could acquire maybe a fraction of 1% of it. I'm not even sure they'd want to do that. Like you mentioned, it is a pretty attractive form of debt. There's a lot of unanswered questions, like would they have to keep federal student loan protections in place? Or are they still subject to forgiveness programs? Things of that nature. There's a lot, but the companies that could buy it, like the J.P. Morgan Chases of the world, the private equity from like the Blackstones and Brookfields of the world, they could buy them. They don't want to be student loan servicers. They don't have all that infrastructure in place. So if SoFi acquires the servicing rights, it helps in two ways. One, being a servicer, like if you're a mortgage servicer, you get a small fee every time you collect a mortgage payment, for your services. So it could be a nice source of asset light and risk free fee income. And number two, it brings all of these student loan borrowers, I think there's 45 million or so, into SoFi's ecosystem. Not all of them, but a good portion. And those are customers that you see how their tech stack works. You see that they do a better job than the student loan servicer you used to have, and say, hey, maybe I want a banking relationship with them. Maybe if I need a personal loan, this is who I need to go to. So it helps their business out in a couple ways. We have no idea if it's actually going to happen. Right now, this is just kind of in the idea phase. But it's really an interesting development that's worth watching. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by more than 5 times. Go to fool.com/Frankel to get your 10 stock picks now. The Motley Fool Stock Advisor returns are 914% as of January 7th, 2025, and are measured against the S&P 500 returns of 174% as of January 7th, 2025.